So, welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. Happy Wednesday, people. Arsenal still don't have a manager officially announced at the moment. I'm going to come back onto Arteta in a minute, but I want to start off talking about Lucas Torreira. Now, the Arsenal hierarchy, the reports going around this morning and this afternoon, are saying that Lucas Torreira has been told by under no circumstances will he be leaving the football club this January. Now, if you go back to last season, last summer, the end of the season, his performances dipped massively from Christmas onwards. He come back into the team, he was in and out the team, and his performances weren't the peak performances that he had when he broke into the team after we very first signed him. Obviously, we know he was sat on the bench for the first couple of games, and everyone was crying out for him to start. He then started the games, and he was what I thought at the time, everything we had missed in the team. Now, that sort of hit a peak really when he scored against Tottenham. He scored the winner against Huddersfield as well, a little bicycle kick. I was at that game. I was literally sat right behind that goal. What a mad finish that was. But I just think that since then, he's gone from kind of up here to right down here. And I don't know whether that's because he does want to leave. Since then, obviously it came into the summertime and they were flirting with Napoli again. They were flirting with AC Milan again. And then this season, we start the season, the transfer window officially slammed shut. And then between maybe September to end of November, there was little reports coming out from his agent. He was on an Italian radio station, basically claiming that Napoli was the first choice. Napoli couldn't afford him at the time, so then he decided to come to Arsenal, who fronted the money. And basically, he wanted to go to Italy. Then the reports came out again about Napoli and AC Milan. And it's just dragging on and on and on. Listen, the guy clearly doesn't want to be here. He's come out with quotes before, even when we very first signed him, even now. The quotes are coming out that he wants to end up at Boca Juniors. That was his dream. As a young boy, he's always wanted to play for Boca. And that's cool. Listen, everyone has a dream. I get that. And I can understand him saying that. That's absolutely fine, even though he plays for the club. That's cool. You want to eventually go and play for Boca Juniors. Fantastic. But all these little snippets that come out and all these little bits about Napoli was our first choice. You put up the money, so we came to you because Napoli couldn't. He wanted to leave Sampdoria. That's all ridiculous. I don't understand why. Well, I do understand why they're doing that, actually. I think they're doing it because they want to try and initiate the deal. They want to try and get Napoli or AC Milan, whoever it may be, to front the money, so then it puts Arsenal under a bit of pressure. So I do understand it. But at the same time, we're in a bit of a turmoil at the moment. We still haven't got a manager. Like I said, I'll come on to Arteta in a minute. But this is not good. And then, obviously, that's then fast forwarded to now. The board have come out. Apparently, there is no direct quote, but the stories that are floating out from a club source suggest that he has been told under no circumstances will he be leaving the club in January. Now, for me, I've said before, he hasn't turned out to be the player that I thought he was going to be. His performances have been just so far off the boil in the last 6 to 8 months. It's just been ridiculous. Maybe more than that. Maybe from January. So nearly a year, perhaps, out of the 18 months he's been here, 19 months he's been here. For me, I'd cash in. And I'll do it in January as well. Maybe they are going to cash in. Maybe that's just something they're putting out there to drive the price up a little bit. I'm not too sure. But one thing I am sure about is that his performances have been dead. They've been absolutely ridiculous. He's been playing out of position. Obviously, at one point he said he wanted to play further forward. Unai Emery starts playing him further forward, and then he starts moaning via his agent that he's playing out of position. It's like, too much drama, too much ag. Just get rid. Thank you very much for the goal against Tottenham. It's time to say goodbye. But leave that in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on Torreira. I know I've asked you a few times, but leave them in there. Let me know, would you sell him? If so, how much? Would you sell him in January, most importantly? Now let's move on to Mikel Arteta. Obviously, this is gaining traction more and more every hour. Pep Guardiola did his press conference for the game against Oxford tonight. They're in the Carabao Cup. And he basically said that Mikel Arteta has been transparent with him. He's been honest with him. And basically, he's still a Man City employee. But when that changes, he said when that changes, not if that changes. So I think that when I did my stream last night, I read out the exact quote, and everything led to Arteta being the manager. Now, the reports today every single journalist is running with this. The reports today are saying that he's going to sign a 3.5-year contract at Arsenal. He's already asking about January transfer targets, which, again, listen, everyone knows my thoughts on Arteta. Just get it done. Please just sign it, get it done. We've got a game on Saturday, 12:30 kickoff against Everton away. Freddie Ljungberg's currently taking training. He's doing all the training sessions and drills, along with Per Mertesacker and the club doctor, Sal Bibbo. That's the 3 members of staff that are running the ship right now in terms of player personnel and training and getting them prepped for games, which isn't enough, let's be real. And credit to Freddie, he didn't have to step in and do it. He put himself forward. I wasn't happy that he was the guy that went into that. I wanted us to go and get a manager straight away. We didn't do that, but listen, fair play to Freddie Ljungberg. He's coming out, he's saying the right things, he's being transparent and honest with us as well every time he's done an interview. So I rate that. But as for Arteta, he is travelling down to the game with Pep tonight and the team. They're going down to Oxford, like I said, for the Carabao Cup game. And I just don't understand why it's taken so long. Maybe it's something to do with a compensation. There was a report of a 7-figure sum flying around, £1 million at least, that they want compensated for Arteta's services, which again, Arsenal are probably trying to haggle over that because that's what we do. But I just want it done and dusted now. And the fact that Arteta is pretty much done, 99.9%, I'd imagine that's done. The fact that he's looking towards January transfer targets, okay, cool, that's fantastic, because we do need a massive overhaul of this squad. Some of these players need to go. We don't need to cover that in this video. We've been there, done that a million times already. But some of these players do need to go. He needs to bring in some players. He needs to bring in the right players in the right positions, because we're playing players out of position when they're not even that great in their own position. So it's just been a catalogue of errors. And I think that if he does come in, like I said, it's not my appointment. I hope he does well and I hope he proves me wrong, but I just can't see it personally. But if he does, I'll hold my hands up and say I got it wrong, because that's what I do. But I just think that the quicker this gets done, the better, because we have got a game on Saturday and we're going into that Christmas fixture list now where we've got Everton away, then we've got Bournemouth, then we've got Chelsea, then we've got Man United. Now, the way these players have down tools, can anybody see us winning any of them games? Everton's not going to be an easy game. They've just beaten Chelsea and then drawn at Old Trafford. If anyone thinks that's a win, then wow. And if it is a win, we're going to have to play our socks off and probably put in the best performance of the season, which is not something I think we can do right now. I just don't see it in the team. I don't see it in the players. The whole atmosphere around that team is just not great, is it? So I can't see that. The Bournemouth game, Bournemouth are doing all right at the minute. And then Chelsea, I know they're stuttering a little bit, but they've got credit in the bank. They've already got the points above us. They're well ahead of us. They're still in and around that top 4 mix. And they'll be there or thereabouts towards the end of the season. Then obviously Man United, they're on a little bit of a run at the moment. They've got Martial back in the team. He scored the other night. And yeah, Man United have spun it around massively in the last 6 weeks, 6 games maybe. So they're not going to be easy games. And I just want the manager in now, ASAP. Get it done. If it is Arteta, just announce it. Get it done. Because we're going in with Freddie at the moment. Or let's say Arteta comes in today or tomorrow. All of a sudden, everything they've worked on for the Everton game, Arteta might want to rip up and start again. And it's just, it's messy. It's too messy. And it's been messy for a long, long time. And it's about time we had a clear direction of what we want to do and where we want to go. A clear direction about how we get rid of the players that are not good enough. And I just hope, right, that if it is Arteta that is going to be the manager, like I said, the 3.5-year contract is apparently done. It's just a case of announcing it. So if it is Arteta, which it looks like it's likely to be, I just hope that he has the foresight and has the balls to ditch the players that are not good enough. And when I say the players that are not good enough, the first one out of that has got to be Mesut Ozil. Thanks, bye-bye. You're the biggest earner. People say you're the scapegoat, etc., etc. But at the end of the day, your performances for 3 years have not been good enough. That has to be the benchmark. And I've seen a lot of people saying, criticising me and other people that don't want Arteta. A lot of these people were criticising Unai Emery as soon as he dropped Mesut Ozil and dropped Xhaka and stuff like that. So let's hope that they keep their same energy levels up as soon as their favourite players get benched or in the reserves or even sold. But there we go. Listen, thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts on Arteta. Like I said, 3.5-year deal is apparently done. He should be unveiled this week, apparently, before the Everton game. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on Arteta. Let me know whether you think he'll be any good. And let me know who you think his January transfer targets will be. Leave all of that down in the comment section. Don't forget, I will be back at 5 o'clock with a live stream, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Subscribe if you're new. Social media is in the description as well. And don't forget to like the content. Until later, laters peeps.